I don't know where I stand with Heretics, but Eintracht Frankfurt impressed me the other day.
Yeah, well, I ended up swinging for them in the prediction. I feel like Eintracht Frankfurt have a good chance to carry that momentum through here. They're on the uptick, and Heretics have something to prove. But it looks like RieNs is starting well. A snake bite gets him a kill on the board. And it's already down to a 5 versus 2 with the space taken by Woot. Even if the numbers were even, this one would be hard for Eintracht Frankfurt to pull across the line. A ticking time bomb as to when Woot will come on the scene, and Azury dead to rights the second he does.
Yeah, a lurking Woot now with the Sheriff in hand, and they should have a rough idea of where MONSTEERR is. Clearly wanting to try and get that in towards that B site, but they have at least some information they can get on that side of the map. Now pushing into the 3-man stack. Woot taking damage as he makes his way through the thorns. Koshmaras as well has teleported across. A lot of early damage taken, and well, they are losing the fights up until Woot. That's the turning point. Azury far enough away to survive. He can hold on to some ground at least and give some space to his teammates rotating in.
Jamelinho's hit the door, putting pressure on the other side, but Woot is not turning his eye. A triple kill. They ran into a stack. Heretics couldn't possibly have expected that many players to be there. Vice utility on top of it. Fizzy.
Last player standing.
Well, he was pulling 3Ks out of nowhere last time, but he'll get nothing done, leaving Jamelinho alone. They know where he is, the door, and now the wall.
But I'm excited to see if we can still see that individual brilliance from Eintracht Frankfurt, because I think there's no doubt they've got the talent, but so does the other side.
Well, for Heretics, I think they're the ones that are showing it off right now. Like last round, they run into a 3-man stack, a trap set by Eintracht Frankfurt. And that trap card never gets flipped. It's shredded on the board by Woot. They had a player spamming the smoke, 2 swinging into him, and he just ripped their heads off. A surprise it might have been, but his reaction was there. 7-1 start. And this round, it's weak weapons. Question, oh my goodness, Woot was almost caught off guard. Will be dealt with, but Benji's the one picking up a big play. A necessary big play, though. Despite this being what should be an easy round, I was thinking about Woot farming orbs. Sorry, Fizzy, you were the star yesterday with your 3Ks early on, but for Eintracht Frankfurt, an AWP pulled into play already finds an advantage. Pressure onto Heretics. Benji removed means no flank control. Neither him nor his utility stand. And Heretics, they're marooned. They're left in this A main control. They're going to have to pick a spot to fight from, and for now they're hoping Eintracht Frankfurt get aggressive, but they will on the back of utility, and that swing, dangerous! RieNs left down to a sliver of health. He shouldn't get anything more from here. It's a worthwhile early fight.
God, MONSTEERR even tucking back in. That was the one bit of timing that I thought, okay, maybe there's a chance, but now they're going to almost rely on an overextension from somebody on this defensive side. They've all just tucked in. They have the cross being held. Azury's position might not be expected. The wall baited, but it's already cleared immediately. It does kind of section off the defense a little bit, and a nice shot from RieNs. He's only on 8 HP. A single bullet would have done the work, and well, I thought for a moment Fizzy might have both. Instead, they brought it back, and yeah, 8 HP. I'm right-clicking. There you go. I was going to say, just the classic is all. We saw this in their opening map. They had a 3-9 defensive side versus GX. Got blasted out of the server initially, but this time they broke him back a little earlier. RieNs is still going to make things a little bit more interesting. He's definitely turning up more today, and that's why these rounds have been competitive so far. MONSTEERR finding 3 keeps it even, but considering what was invested in this round, this is a pretty good start.
Oh, the ult from Benji to even the odds. That'll probably get them a plant. Don't expect Eintracht Frankfurt to be pushing up against this. A wall blocking off Fizzy. The judge. He's got a smoke up. He snuck in, and they know about him, but it's Benji alone. Good pick by Jamelinho. But Benji's going to get the jump on him, and with the judge in the other side, it could be tough. But the
They smoke B.
Yeah, going smoke and pop through if there is one.
Yes, yes, go paranoia. I'll don't ceiling.
I also molly ceiling.
Yeah, go I'm not opening. One heaven if you take.
Guys, I'm planting.
Oh, yeah.
They revive.
Guys, take heaven. Take heaven. Come.
Okay, come.
Stop talking and listen to one of you.
Come heaven.
Yes, I'm coming.
Let's peek. Ready?
Yeah,
1, 2.
That's A-Link.
Come, go in the corner, I bait for you. Okay.
Yes, I have re-smoke for ceiling.
Bait for me, bait for me.
You just peek on Benji then.
Yes.
Carry A-Link.
Yes, I'm holding it.
I'm free port. One on me.
Cannot pick up benjy.
40 on Vice.
Wait for it, wait for it. Can we pick up on later?
No, I can't. I'm holding ceiling.
One
Wait,
ceiling.
I'm blind, guys. I'm blind. I
Two
can't
ceiling, two ceiling, one heaven. Two ceiling, one heaven.
I cannot help you, bro.
Yeah, I'm 70 on Viper.
Oh, nice RieNs. Fuck.
Bro,
So close, bro.
as well.
Frankfurt with the fact they've already toppled a Gentlemates who made an international earlier in the year. They've proven they can battle versus good individual players. There needs to be more. Monster, though, it's audacious. If I see an Omen in that position, it's a risk. For him, it seems insane. And, well, one thing that has been good for Heretics so far is Woot. When he's been on, when he's got openers, he has been the deciding factor in their rounds.
Spike planted.
Well, there's plenty of credits there to work with for the defensive side. A save might not be necessary, but
Maybe
might
the
have
op.
to consider it, though. With the op on the retake, exactly. And 5 players still alive. You'd need a reason
Good bait.
to go.
Good bait.
That
Could be the reason. Azury's going to be the real telltale sign. Viper's pin up.
Oh, okay.
Now this looks like a win. You got the ult out of them. Let's see if we can get some exits. Azury already mission success.
They got the Nightfall as well.
Like
The Heretics are really worried about this. You know, RieNs just gone down.
They don't have time, right? Do they?
Surely they don't have time. Maybe.
They could.
It's going to
Oh.
get interesting. Peeking from Fizzy. They have lost so much in this round, Heretics. They got a 5v3 advantage. They had to use a
He's got the big gun in hand. Players half HP through that wall, but now they've recovered. The decay gone. Monster steps up close. He's deleted. And Woot's rounded onto Musashi. Very nicely done by Heretics. They make it out with just enough time to get that plant in as well.
Jamelinho's showstopper. Makes it interesting, but they need to clear an angle, and they have done. Benji's caught. Showstopper up, but it's not clearing that close corner. A mistake made. I think maybe he threw the paint shells into that corner. And they will level up the scoreline once again.
Strong, but slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. It's always going to be difficult to consistently have these sort of rounds, but he's a man that is able to do it. Another opener. TP up top. TP up top. I'm not sure how Fizzy gets away with that, if I'm honest. It's I don't know. Sound not working?
I mean, there was a lot of noise. That's the only thing I'll say. I
Are they
struggled to
talking
hear it.
again?
Genuinely, yeah, maybe that on top. I definitely wouldn't have heard it. Someone's got to pump their game volume up. Maybe I do as well. But for Fizzy, that's the pick that puts them back even. Thorns fade, and Fizzy will be challenged yet again. A tough one. If they were to blitz through as 3, it looked like that was the play just moments ago, but they wanted to wait for the smoke to fade.
Cover going out.
Fizzy popping another up. And what's the reaction now for Heretics? They are all sat in that orb. You know they're going to come bursting out any moment, and Fizzy is going to have a challenge, but him and Monster, they stand
Around the way that it went from then onwards. This, yeah. Hello. And a great round in general.
It's the fact that Fizzy's the guy to TP on the rubble, and then the guy also waiting for you on the other side.
Woot again. He has to be the focal point at the beginning of these rounds. He's definitely been the man to watch so far. And again, I thought for a second that was going to be another collat. That was so close to 2 players going down. Even still, a stray shot through the smoke of Jamelinho. Now they're pushing into Musashi, left blinded. He does some damage, and the swing out from Fizzy from behind! The last round was his, this round's looking like his! But it's in the complete wrong place.
No, Heretics have got boots on the ground on time, but that might be a mistake. Benji's eating that nade! Oh, well, coming up with a kill. It's already good enough. He should have been dead to rights. It's a bit of a whiff early on, but the attackers, they've read the presence. Movement back to the B site. And RieNs has a choice to make. Snakebite's going to slow them, buying a little bit of time. Letting them fill in the gaps as well, with Kosh looking towards the
30
stairs.
seconds left.
I don't think there's going to be much of a choice other than retaking the B site in the end.
A bit of utility available to delay. The defense only have themselves a singular haunt, and RieNs is going to be sectioned off. This three-man stack-up still roaming the map together, clearing a backline that, well, they should be clearing, but they don't know that there's nobody there. They're all sat in a crossfire waiting, and well, it's only at least for now, the risk looks right. The only upgraded pistol, a snake bite as well. But I like what we're seeing from Monster. He doesn't have much to lose. He's going to start re-clearing because you've seen so much utility early. Obviously, you duck away from the A site, but then you start to question, was that just to try and sell us this fake?
Well, there's 2 seen on that A site. No easy solution now.
Still waiting.
Now they go back into the stack. Those 2 players have done great.
30 seconds.
That's all they needed. The numbers still going to struggle with the weaponry, but through a snake bite, well, that'll even the odds. A right-click enough for RieNs. Now 3 remain from Eintracht Frankfurt. Woot in with another, and the danger mounting as Eintracht Frankfurt have only Jamelinho. 12 seconds left, and he'll just about avoid the fight to start with. The C's keeps him in position just a moment. The reveal gives him away, even with the shot fired and up close. It's not gonna buy themselves some pistols, have that showstopper to play with. I mean, there is still promise in this round if they can find a pick or 2, a moment, an advantage. In fact, they fire it in off rip. They're feeling confident, and perhaps they should be already. A man advantage, but it doesn't last very, never mind, it does last very long. An immediate trade out for Monster. This is huge.
Maybe Boo's so used to playing the Omen, he was thinking he could TP back out of that spot. That was an all-in play.
Yeah.
That was him trying to even things up, but again, it's going to make it much tougher. Also, the weaker weapon that they had was the Judge, and that's in the hands of one of the remaining players. The rifles have gone back to the other side, jumping through. Woot's done well. In fact, he takes 2. Again, the Judge working at further range than expected. This is all going to come down to
shots it normally does a little extended barrel on that thing. I did think this was crazy aggressive from Eintracht Frankfurt. They lose opening pick. Okay, I think the ult was popped around the same time, so that wasn't in the decision making. But even still, in this low buy to go, screw it, let's put in the show.
30 seconds left. If Woot can drop the spike here, this could get very awkward, but Boo instead has got down through the screen.
Through the screen and a smoke, Woot gets caught out. Shot not landing, but Jamelinho's is. And the pressure from Musashi, he got the reveal. There was no chance, it seemed, but Koshmaras, a slow start. He had 5 kills, a chance to, even that like double kill that he found, he was out of utility. That's just Kosh walking into a site with a rifle up. That's when he does his best work. That's why we like as the hard work is done, even if they can't see it with Woot so desperately low. But hey, I think it was RieNs did it with 8 HP.
Yeah. That is RieNs though. Boot up above. Nightfall available. But do you want to throw that in here? And Jamelinho, you can see how confident he's feeling. Fighting versus Boo, it looked like the veteran had the drop on him.
He said, run away so they'll peek me. And then he lost the shot. You know, it's,
very high impact ultimates. Expectation is around the opponents only have the From the Shadows, which also Koshmaras has. This is so aggressive from Woot, though. Okay, that was not how I expected that fight to go. Pushing that far up with an operator and then winning a kill with the classic. Boo's managed to fight one back on the other side. This is uncomfortable for Monster, there's no doubt about it. And even though things might have been a weird one, Fizzy has a lot to do. Now, he can retrieve that spike from anywhere on the map. So if he clears out that back
for Fizzy, every hand has been played with great success. Now he's going to TP before he clears this C site. Option still to go back to B, but there it is. TP straight through. He might as well buy a lotto ticket some of the shots he's hit.
Yeah, no smokes available for him anymore. All focused on the gunplay. Smoke for the other side. Utility being expended. That time is ticking though. And he's going to get a freebie. Koshmaras is completely isolated. The other two.
Safety nets to land on. They still can't really afford to slip the economy stretch thin. Great early fight for Woot. Fizzy keeps on going. He's running it down. It's ambitious. It's aggressive. And it might be a bit too much.
Yeah. Kosh was definitely panicking a little bit, but he had friends to back him up. Well, maybe.
High-low setup. Kosh has a man right below him and Benji. Oh, sorry, Benji's on backside even.
One enemy remaining.
It's RieNs to pick up. The thing is for them, what do you do from here? Even RieNs rotating, it means C is now essentially an easy hit. They'll showstopper back
30
early
seconds left.
and get nothing for it. A very early showstopper, especially with the time left on the clock. Now Eintracht Frankfurt go forward with not as much of a concern for what can be thrown in response, and Jamelinho's rooting through the B site. That was close, a little bit lower than it needed to be, but Woot's gone ahead of the pack. 12 seconds, and all those tools Heretics had to slow this play, to bleed the clock. They were used too early, and Eintracht Frankfurt, well, it should be a one round. I think Heretics almost have to save. They've got the credits, though, to go for it, so
yeah,
I guess they will throw themselves at it. But with Benji so low in a 2v4, okay, maybe.
Boo needs to win his fight. It is a 1v1, and he is going to do so. Some isolated fights being given. Timing not the best, but he's taken another. Had to swap guns, given space to Benji. Into that 1v1, both players using their ultimates, and Benji!
Those two were sat there like, God, we can still win this. We can still win this. It was more, we have to try. And try they did. Bloody hell, how is Boo alive as long as he is? He's jumping around. He still gets a kill. He could have gotten a second as well, but he was jumping because he didn't believe that.
Nothing much garnered on the other side. Boo also has the information. One away from getting his ultimate online. And they also have to be careful if they were to try and run back in the other direction. RieNs has a Viper's Pit. And that clock is starting to tick down once again.
Oh, what? Okay. I mean, he heard a shot a moment ago, but he might be Batman. Echolocation used, azury taking Boo down, and now, well, a 4v2. An unlosable situation for Eintracht Frankfurt. No ultimate for Woot.
They got the credits again.
Yep, they've got the credits. Now they've got to fight through a Viper's Pit. I mean, at this stage, if Eintracht Frankfurt lose, I think we need to investigate. Not the PCs. I think they've been cursed.
Okay, well.
That pit doesn't reach.
Yeah, it's not. The thing is, they should have enough players that they can just spam through Snake Bite as well. And there you go, there's the spams. RieNs in a clutch scenario. But they have to give him something. Otherwise, they can just continue to spam. He goes running into the pit, but the time at this point is surely too far gone. It's the lead reclaimed.
Decided to commit it. And I am surprised coming into the final round that they don't use it for like locking down just one of the sites early on. They want to use it a bit more reactionary, evidently. There's going to need to be a reaction very soon. Boo is under so much pressure. The Prowlers hit him, and the wrap through wasn't being watched. A blind spot that leads to a big blow. Luckily, it's put to bed early by Benji.
There's still plenty of time. They're starting to walk up. RieNs again doing damage. Well, low, but he's quick enough on the trigger. This time he takes Jamelinho, but he knew he was being rounded. Decided to try and fight versus azury. Plant in. RieNs still has a Viper's Pit, but finding a spot to use it, I mean, might be difficult. Could use it to jump out of heaven. Could use it to try and get onto that spike, but it might just allow the opponents to spam, and whoa, Musashi with that operator. Mentioned he's had a quiet game. That's a big shot to hit.
Pit from here, though, is great. It's going to cover the spike, and it's going to make Musashi nullified in this fight, but he's holding the wraparound. Great read by Musashi. It's been a tough game for him, but also for Koshmaras, and now a chance to carry his team across the line to overtime. He's waiting for the peak that he knows should be coming. Previous, but superstar performances like Azury and Fizzy. Oh, delivering. This was a man that was missing. Musashi didn't have much to say in the previous. Starts out this one with the opening pick, and the trades put us down on the defense now tucked in, setting traps and waiting for Eintracht Frankfurt to step into the snare. A quick pickup for Benji, but he doesn't know where Fizzy is.
Oh, that's the problem. Going back and forth, and well,
it's scurrying to see.
They would have had to have. Incredible tracking to pull that one off. Okay, that's gone well for Koshmaras. Even a 1-for-1 trade is okay in a round like this. Oh, with the
Deploying drone.
trap covering off B, the vice wall covering up the garage. They got a lot of information early, and even more so now.
Yeah, both of those Sentinels to be challenged. On the back of C-side. But Eintracht Frankfurt are patient. Musashi's not giving them the angle, and when they swing in the other side, there's going to be more than enough players, well, to weather that storm, you would think. Great paranoia, though. That's done the work from Boo and Woot. Shot after shot, a successful hunt from the headhunter, leaving Monster all alone.
They have a Boo now, he just waits.
Spike planted.
RieNs still has his utility to play with, but that's
Neon wall up, and there'll be no room for Woot to get anything done, but they have avoided the Rolling Thunder intentionally.
yeah, immediate retake. 4 players already here. Boo had pushed up on the other side of the map. Now they look to try and take the weaponry away. Those guns are going to fade in just a matter of time. And because of that, RieNs had to fall back. Flank coming through, but the fact is they've already dealt with everything. Eintracht Frankfurt have done well. Aggressive position, both ults combined, and dealing with an incredibly dangerous site. Now we talk about Boo in these clutch scenarios, but out of the smoke he has to be perfect, and now they've seen him. It really isn't an escape. It doesn't seem like he has any plans because of Boo, but yeah, they weren't able to cope with it. Early stun. Does he stick around? Oh, he's definitely got the information. They know that this is coming in that direction. Hunter's Fury, it's hunting down RieNs, and even looking to try and take Boo as well. This site should be under their control, but Boo goes back in, and Benji tries to follow.
For themselves a little bit. Still not the end of the world for Heretics, but for Eintracht.
I think the last, some of those rounds slip away from them.
Oh, wasting no time! It's Boo! Dropping the ball! And Koshmaras paying the price of the spam! The Odin for Musashi puts them back into the lead now in a 4 versus 3. The man advantage, the drone clearing Benji. He will not make it out. The spam from Azury, deadly. And even with Monster on a sliver of health, a few pixels make up his health bar. It doesn't matter. They've got a 2-man advantage on the attack to play with, and all the time in the world.
Unfortunately now the dodge Woot setup doesn't work because you probably also want to try and dodge RieNs. But for Heretics, this pause, not of a technical or tactical nature, is only going to start to put doubts in their mind. You can see Woot starting to look behind him. RieNs is starting to look for clues. Now they are in the right place at the right time. Then sticking together on this B site could be the undoing of their opponents. Woot, it feels like it's only a matter of time before he tries to duck in through this, and instead he's just caught Monster, the one player that was insta-killed to that headhunter. Musashi's well known at this point.
They think he's gone backside. They think he might have slipped away. They're even revealing for him there towards the connector.
Oh, he's missed the trail.
They don't have the information.
They
the
have
trail
to know.
doubled
They have to
back
know,
on.
yeah.
Now they've
They figured
suspected
it out.
the
They've
barrel
figured it
scene.
out. There you
He's
go.
dead. But it took time. Time ticking away, and with no smokes there, they've got to take this battle. RieNs waiting for the swing out of window, not knowing where Fizzy is. He sits and waits. Nothing given away. Woot worried shown. When the chips are already down, it's 4-3, and it, there's no need for that. There was no need for that.
It's another boo-boo.
For God's sake, Tom. For God's sake. Yeah, it's a big whiff from Boo, and that would have changed the course of the round. I don't think we would have seen, was it Kosh just running in with a spray?
We had that almost as like, we have our... Oh. Azury having another lights out round. But this one will be started off by Woot. Spams coming through from Koshmaras. Benji under some serious pressure, stunned up, and the spams the other way have done far more damage. Benji, though, dives back in off that distraction. Fizzy's now sneaking up. He's got the timing right, but Benji's landing everything. Eventually spammed low, but he still stands.
It's just one of those rounds. I almost feel like he's going to win that as well, but then Jamelinho with the double, the collateral, 4 bullets left in the gun. He picks up a few, land into RieNs. It makes it a bit easier. But Azury with another big performance needed. Okay, the first is given to him. RieNs has found him, but at a hefty cost. Plant coming through. Another 1v1 here would be a big mistake. Rolling Thunder online in the post plant. No, they'll group up. They'll take this together, but a little bit ahead of the curve! And it's a mistake!
This was ridiculous to start with, both players lining up perfectly. I had no idea that the other would be there, but this was perfectly read. The swing out couldn't have been better timed in both occasions. Azury looking to make some friends along the way. Again, it's the same. Woo, kicking off a round. Boo, adding another. Another great start to these rounds from Heretics, but conversions have just not been there.
That's the worst way for it to go. There's at least a pick back for Boo, but being one of them. And a rifle, but that will change very soon as Heretics take that A main control. Another rifle picked up onto Koshmaras. The retake of the B site. Yes, they have a Rolling Thunder. Yes, they have a Cosmic Divide, but finding anything from here, you would need another miracle. And we just saw one in the previous round. It was the same man to deliver it. But these are greater odds.
There's no way. Well, first man's easy, but now they know where he is.
Rifles on both sides. Lots of ultis. Rolling Thunder already put through. It's going to catch Wu, but they can't follow up in it. The Vice setup has delayed them. The Thorn's active from the other side of the map. Benji has stopped the push, and he's given his team a chance. But Musashi, the silent hero, draws a second blade, and blood is spilled. Team Heretics have only Benji left, and I don't think he's going for this one. Hit and hit hard, and some mistakes were made. The timeouts called.
They actually only used the Rolling Thunder as well, so they've still got 4 ults for this round. And well, I was going to say, Wu has been dominating early fights. Maybe that's the key. He needs to die so that the other players are willed into life. Even still, Seaside has been taken. It has been taken by one of the players because the other is now trapped behind a wall. Drone up. It's going to give them vision over the backside, but they saw the player fade away. RieNs now has done damage. Jamelinho is still somewhat unknown. Maybe it looks like they're going to wait to group up. You also have to bear in mind, though, that Hunter's Fury is available here.
Yeah, Hunter's Fury's there. It makes it hard to play all on long, but no smokes for the defensive side. Not even the wall there for Koshmaras. Long-range play is going to be very favorable for Eintracht Frankfurt with that long plant. Damage done, but no kill. RieNs on low HP, still a deadly factor to deal with. But the ult from Jamelinho. He'll swing out wide. Hunter's Fury put through, dealing damage. But it won't find more than one. RieNs on a sliver will go down to the late. And they even tried there. They tried to play aggressive, take the fight to Eintracht Frankfurt down mid. It didn't work. And again, the pacey take. Jamelinho much further forward than expected, but he won't convert the kill. Kosh dodges the stun. Converts one. Boo's got one with the classic. And what a start to this round for Heretics.
He didn't even need to use the classic yet.
No,
I think the ult hadn't hit him. It was still going. He just did that for fun. Nightfall through.
No way.
Boo.
Okay.
Thought about it and decided, probably wisely, against it. They now know where the majority of players are. The Nightfall hit one, the other C-Long. Timing here for Kosh could be problematic, but he takes one before he goes down. Keeps them in an advantageous position. 45 seconds left for Eintracht Frankfurt to play with. It's been a great string of rounds for them. Only a singular lost in between, but if it ends as a 6-6 half, it's not too damning for Heretics.
And it should end that way as well. It looked like they were going back towards the operator of Wu possible with that trap down, and now they know exactly where Azury is. The op will slowly make his way to long, and without any opportunities being offered up.
He's got a good position, though.
Yeah, but he doesn't know. The chances of him stepping back into that angle on long, okay, he has chosen the right way, and he's in the smoke now. This could get dangerous.
Oh, the spam's in. He's made a space and is being filled in. Not seeing anything, but maybe in for a nasty surprise. The timing, it doesn't look the best. He's got maybe a bit further than expected. Will at least take one. Anything more would be great, but I think he now should have the information for his team.
Monster standing by the slide, caught, but Koshmaras lands the shot in return, stays alive, claims that backside control. They're going to accelerate, they're going to build on this. Musashi's there to cut them down to size. Back to a 3v3 with the paranoia dodged. Heretics, they've been denied the option to scale towards C main. They don't have any real control of their own at the moment. And often you don't see teams wanting to just sit on the site and wait. It's hard because, again, pressure can be applied from every side, and that's what we see. Fizzy striking, and then immediately there's a trade. Two stands to slow them.
Well, Koshmaras
Got to slow them.
didn't give a damn. He's the one that's tripped. He's taken the space. The rest look to try and wrap round behind. I say the rest. It's only Jamelinho. They've still got that trap as well to hold for Fizzy. And even getting into that site whatsoever is going to be incredibly difficult. Again, a lot of damage being done to these players. They do have to be a little bit careful. The spams eventually get the job done, but it's in a trade for a lot of damage. RieNs seems well aware of the player trying to sneak through from behind. It is all about damage at this point, and well,
He runs out with his knife. I don't know what happened there.
towards that C side of the map. They also then have the global utility on the other side. And Koshmaras, again, he's trying to sell a bit of a ruse, but this is the delay. That you can't go anywhere near those thorns. You definitely can't be vulnerable while you're stood in them. And just look at the amount of time that alone has bought. There's now a second player in the site, a third not far away. And Musashi has that ult to play with to disrupt if he needs to.
Reveal, spotted Fizzy towards the back. They're going to be ready when they swing the backside, but not ready for Fizzy. With Boo alone. His position moments ago known, and now the steps heard. Okay. He does extremely well to take down Monster, but the TP will be his undoing. Musashi is waiting here.
One of these is not like the other. I was with you, and then you lost me.
Went a little bridge too far. Perhaps they did there on that contact play. Kosh deleted. Benji will fall as well. Now Musashi doesn't even move. He is steadfast in his hold of long, but can RieNs root him from position? Reveal. Okay, he'll get there in the end, but 12 seconds with the spike. He is not getting this planted, although he's got a couple of kills. The result's the same.
Oh, it's a race for who can kill RieNs.
You're a lucky man.
Either way.
No, they don't.
Low buy for Heretics. And Fizzy has just spammed out RieNs, dropped the spike, which they will get back.
Yeah, RieNs just used Nightfall as well. That was RieNs going, let's go in, guys. Then just getting shot in the face, well, the body multiple times through the smoke. So, not a great start to the low buy. Wood at least as a backup weapon to switch to. Boo's now got Musashi. Was this all a ruse, all part of the... Where's he going? He thought the TP was coming in. This is looking way more competitive than it should be for Heretics. They popped an ult, got immediately stopped, and now we're in a 3v3. But Fizzy, well, he's flipping them off! Oh my goodness! It's supposed to be a tier below. Right now, it doesn't look like it.
That's worth mentioning as well. The first event they made it to, the Miracle Run, was Madrid. They had the chance to make it back to Spain. The chance to fight for the EMEA title in a different place other than Berlin. And Monster has found himself in a very interesting spot, not just because of where he is, but also because of where Boo is. This is a massive gap that has been exploited. He's now surrounded, probably confused by that, and he's walked away at the perfect moment.
Boo also shot at him, so Monster knows now there was a flank coming through. He flees immediately, but then Fizzy goes pushing. He wanted his ace this time around. It was already a kill
It could also be a ruse, though, because there's 3 players here still.
Exactly, they're going to run back into the numbers. Jamelinho stunned out, popped, and Boo didn't stand a chance. Koshmaras stuns himself.
Have been fighting back in some cases as well. look to take them down. And while for Azury, there's that breach utility. Send that one to Mini. He's going to love that. The breach showing impact once again. And for Boo, another last-ditch effort, clutch scenario. His ult will get him the spike. But does he want to make a move first? Oh, his ult will not give him the spike. Yeah, you can even see Jamelinho just like, okay, but the spike's still here. He's gone for the element of surprise rather than having the spike, which means he now still has to go back to the spike. So they are watching the spike. There is a gap, though. Actually, there's a pretty big gap.
There kind of has to be because there's so many angles to clear, but they've got to... Oh, Jamelinho's not checking it. He's going to be executed somehow. Boo's
International already. And honestly, at this point, there is nobody that I think should be underestimating this team of players. And for Heretics, unfortunately, the dismay at the end of the year, no Barcelona, no